Hi, this is a Sero ex-listener fanfic written by Asha, aka me. Just a heads up, you do in fact have a quirk in this. It is called Cat. It is pretty self-explanatory. You have the aspects of a cat, like ears, tail, some colouring on your cheeks if you want to. It's really up to you. And you can jump really high, your hearing is enhanced, and you can see the dark. Also, slight warning, this contains swearing, mention of bullying, and mention of harassment. Your discretion is advised. You and Shinso have known each other for years now. Your parents knew each other, so you were basically inseparable, being in the same classes and same neighborhood. You hung out a lot. That was until you got into UA. You were put into class 1A on recommendation from your father, but he put you in late in the year. You had been begging him for ages until he finally caved. He has connections. You don't know how or why, and you don't really want to know. It was weird you would only be able to see each other on breaks. When you told Shinso that you got into class 1A, he seemed happy for you, but you could tell there was a hint of disappointment. Was it because you wouldn't hang out? Or that he didn't get into 1A? You didn't ask, knowing he would deny it. On your first day, you and Shinso walked to school, and Shinso, being the gentleman that he is, said he would walk you to your class. You got to 1A and opened the door, seeing a very odd selection of people. You turned to Shinso to thank him when you heard a very loud voice behind you. You turned back around and saw a boy storming up to you and Shinso. He had ash blonde hair and red eyes that you swore could stab someone with the glare he was giving. "Who the hell are you?" The angry blonde screamed in your face while stopping in front of you and Shinso. Shinso looked at the boy with an annoyed face, then looked at you. "I'll see you at lunch, okay, Yin?" You smiled and nodded your head while waving him away. "Ah! Don't ignore me, extra!" The blonde screamed. You would already tell you weren't going to get along with him. You looked at him and gave him a hard glare, your pupils thinning with a threatening growl escaping your throat. You didn't like people yelling at you, since your hearing was more sensitive than others. "Oh, so you have a cat quirk," the blonde said, looking annoyed. You looked at him like you just saw a ghost, moving your hands to touch your ears, seeing if they were on your head, then moving your tail. "Oh my god, no way!" You screamed, doing your best fake surprised face, then frowning and looking at the kid. He slightly blushed, obviously realizing how stupid it was. "Shut up, extra!" The boy screamed into your face. Your ears went down, not liking the noise, when you heard a voice come from behind you two. "Ka-chan, I think you should calm down." You looked over to see a green-haired boy. Looked at him, taking in his features. Emerald green eyes that had such a soft feeling to them. Freckles that covered his cheeks. You snapped out of your thoughts fast. "Shut up, Deku!" You looked at the green-haired boy, who now had a look of fear and discomfort. "How about you, douchebag?" You stepped in front of the green-haired boy as the blonde was about to scream at you. You all heard a voice that sounded tired. You see a man standing in the doorway. You immediately recognized him as a Eraserhead, the pro hero. Instead, "That's enough. Sit down, Bakugo. They're your new classmate." "What? This hairball?" You scoffed at the nickname, but you were used to it by now, having it happen to you your whole life. Eraserhead walked into the room and everyone that was standing sat down immediately, even the blonde. You looked around, panicked, realizing there was nowhere for you to sit, and you sighed, then laughed awkwardly. Well then, you laughed at yourself for just standing there. Eraserhead then grabbed a chair and sat it at the back of the class. "Sorry, we thought you were coming tomorrow, so we didn't get a desk ready." "Oh no, that's okay." You heard a faint laugh as you looked to see the blonde-haired boy and scoffed, then you sat down. It was the end of class and you were packing until you were interrupted by 3 boys and a girl standing in front of your table. You looked up to see another blonde-haired boy with a lightning strike in his hair, a spiky red-haired boy with a big smile on his face, a girl that was pink, and a black-haired boy with a big smile on his face as well. You looked at the black-haired boy for a second. He looked so normal compared to the others. You thought to yourself before finally saying, "Hi." You put a smile on your face to try and seem welcoming, and the red-haired boy smiled, showing shark-like teeth, and spoke. "Hey, we just wanted to say sorry about Bakugo. He was confused when we heard we were getting a new student. Pretty late in the year. We all kinda were. The redhead boy said with a loud yet gentle voice. Yeah, but you were really cool. Not many people stand up to Blasty over there. You giggled at the nickname. We were thinking you want to hang out with us? The pink-haired girl asked, practically bouncing up and down. You were confused and the black-haired boy spoke up. Guys, they don't even know our names. All the people looked at him, then snapped their heads back at you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Mina Ashido. I'm Eiichiro Kirishima. You can just call me Kiri, okay? You nodded. I'm Denki Gaminari, the blonde yelled, giving you a wink. Was that his idea of flirting? He soon got smacked in the back of the head. Don't mind him. And I'm Hunter Sero. The guy before, his name's Bakugo. I never said you could tell them my name, tapeface! Bakugo screamed, storming up to the group. They needed to know the person that nearly got into a fight with them. Sero yelled, laughing, as Bakugo looked at you. Be nice. They're coming out with us. I mean, if you want to. You smiled at Mina and nodded. Only if I can bring someone along. You said, smiling. The more the merrier. Kirishima yelled with a big grin on his face. Awesome. I'll pack up, then we can go get him, okay? You said with a closed-eyed smile. Sero's heart skipped a beat when he saw you smile. Whoa. He thought to himself, staring at you. Bro, you good? Kirishima soon snapped him out of his trance, and he nodded, smiling. Okay, let's go! Mina takes the lead, with you next to her, guiding her where to go. You get to Shinso's class, and he's already standing outside for you. Shinso! You yell, running up to him. He looked at you and gave you a smile. That smile soon turned into a frown when he realized how many people were with you. Hey, Yin, who are... He was cut off by Kirishima introducing himself, and you looked at Shinso. He looked confused. Do you want to go to the city with us, Shin? You asked, looking up at him with kitty eyes. He sighed, slowly nodding his head. He couldn't say no to you. You got to the city. You weren't the biggest fan of it. It was loud, but you hadn't been in a while, and you liked the looks the kids gave you when you walked past them and they saw your cat-like appearance. All of you started walking down the street. You, Kaminari, and Shinso in front, with Mina right behind Kaminari talking. Sero, Bakugo, and Kirishima were behind everyone else. You were on the side. Shinso was on your left and no one was on your right. You walked past many people when you felt something. A hand. A big hand grabbed your tail. You immediately shrieked, pulling away from the touch, crashing into Shinso, who crashed into Denki, falling down. You caught yourself and stared at the man who didn't even walk away. He was smiling, like he wanted you to react, and wanted to be noticed. You stared in pure anger and disgust as the man smiled. Shinso and Denki got up with help from Mina and Kirishima while Bakugo was eyeing you and the man, who was seeming to have some sort of standoff. You were okay with kids grabbing your tail. They were curious and didn't know any better, but even that made you uncomfortable. But a grown-ass man? Hell no. The man spoke as Shinso stood next to you. Sorry, I wanted to see if it was real. The man said, smiling at you, with a disgusting look on his face. Everyone looked at the man when Mina asked, Wait, what? What was real? You cut her off with an aggressive tone. No shit, it's real. What do you think, I just walk around with a fucking fake tail all the time? Your voice got louder and the man kept his eye on you. A growl escaped your throat, and Sero realized what had happened. He walked up to your other side, putting his hand on your shoulder. You looked up at him as he had a soft smile on his face, his eyes full of worry. Are you alright? Did he hurt you? You looked up at him, surprised but grateful. No one had ever asked if you were okay when something like this happened. You nodded your head and your shoulders relaxed at his touch. Good. Sero said, then looked at the man. His smile went away as soon as he made eye contact. Sero barely knew you, but he felt like he needed to protect you. Shinso grabbed your hand as Sero let go of your shoulder. stepping in front of you, blocking the man's view of you. Mina walked up to you. "Oh my god, I can't believe you would do that! Is your tail okay?" You smiled and nodded. "Don't worry, I get my tail pulled a lot, just not by a grown man." You laugh nervously as the others asked if you were okay. You turn back around to see the man that Sarah was having a standoff with. "Jesus, is guy a cowboy or something?" Bakugo thought to himself, walking over to the group. Sero glared at the man as he finally spoke. "They're just like cats. Is it so bad for a man to have an interest in kitties?" His voice trailed off sadistically, leaning over looking at you, whose eyes were thin and pissed. The others were just as upset, but before anyone could say anything, Sero swung his fist, punching the man straight in the face. He fell over with a crash as Sero stood over him. "Shut up," Sero said with a cold and dark expression on his face. Everyone looked surprised, while Bakugo was just giving a proud look. Sero turned around to you all and smiled, walking up to you and asking if you were okay one last time. Once he knew you were okay, he was satisfied. "Let's go then." As Sero took the lead and everyone looked in shock. That was hot. Wow, okay. Oh, I guess love at first sight kind of shit. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I like it.